What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Dylan Mathews, back at it again with another hometown take. Today I'm talking about the Atlanta Hawks, and that's how you bounce back. Was a little shaky in the beginning of the third quarter a little bit, but you know, the Hawks got a nice win over the Washington Wizards, and we're gonna break it all down. We're gonna react to it, but you know we gotta handle some business first. We're gonna go over the standings as well as they currently stand. But before I do all of that, make sure you like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on your notification bells so you get the latest video as soon as I drop it. Also, make sure you check out the link above to buy me a coffee. Well, it's down below when you're watching the video. So it's down below in the description box, but it's like the first link in the description box. You get what I'm saying if you've been here before. Anywho, check out that link to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel, help fuel the Atlanta Hawks to some more wins and a great postseason. Because we are locked into the play round, so hopefully we only need one playoff game because we in that 7 and 8 game we win that, and then you know we can use 2 if we really need to. So you know, hopefully we at max need 2 to get to the actual playoffs. Anywho, we're gonna talk all about it. But let's go ahead and get right into the video. Buy me a coffee if you can. That's basically what I was saying. So the Atlanta Hawks are winners over the Washington Wizards tonight. 118-103 was the final score. Good game from the Atlanta Hawks. Got good shooting all around. To quickly go over the box score first for the Wizards. Rui Hachimura had 9 points, 4-12 from the field, 0-5 from 3. Yikes. Corey Kispert had 12 points, 2-7 from 3, 5-11 from the field. Kristaps Porzingis was on one tonight, especially in that first half. 26 points, 4 of 8 from 3, 18 rebounds. Kristaps was doing the dang thing. He's been pretty good for the Wizards. 8-16 from the field, so good shooting night, 50% shooting night from Kristaps with his 26 points and 18 rebounds. Thomas Satoransky had 9 points, 1-2 from 3, 4 of 5 from the field. And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, the former Georgia Bulldog, 9 points, 1 of 3 from 3, and 4 of 8 from the field. Off the bench, David Vija, I think that's his first name, is David. He had 9 points, 1 of 7 from 3, 4 of 11 from the field. Thomas Bryant, just 2 points, 1 of 2 from the field. Daniel Gafford, 12 points, 5 of 6 from the field. And Ish Smith had 9 points with 6 assists, 1 of 2 from 3, 4 of 10 from the field. And Neto had 2 points as well. And Gill, who is that? Anthony Gill had 4 points, 2 of 3 from the field. They shot 48% from the field. They came out shooting pretty hot to start. They did cool down though, especially from 3. Finished 10-35 from 3, only 28%. Now for the Atlanta Hawks, good games all around. Danilo Gallinari almost dropped a 30-piece returning from injury. You know, he's been in and out the lineup, kind of nursing the injury. The Hawks have done a pretty good job managing that injury. So, you know, he might miss a game or 2, then come back for a game or 2, miss a game or 2, come back for a game or 2. So it's been inconsistent these last couple games, you know, whether Gallo has been in the lineup or not. But when he's been in the lineup, he's been pretty effective, especially he's done very well in this starting lineup, filling in for John Collins. So Danilo Gallinari, great shooting night, 26 points, 10 rebounds as well for Gallo. He helped on the boards, could have used plasma on the boards, you know what I'm saying. But 26 points, 10 rebounds for Gallo, 4 of 7 from 3, 11 of 19 from the field. DeAndre Hunter, not a great shooting night, but did knock down some big shots. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 of 4 from 3, only 3 of 13 from the field though. He started off hot. He had his first 2 shots, but then kind of cooled off. Clint Capella, 19 points, a solid 19 from Clint. I see you almost giving us a dub, Clint. Appreciate that, my boy. 19 points, 7 rebounds, 9 of 11 from the field. And Ice Traded Gang was Ice Traded Gang. Started off slow, but came on hot in the second half when we needed him. 30 points, 11 assists, 3 of 9 from 3, 8 of 17 from the field. Kevin Huerter, you know, he has an inconsistent shooting nights, and tonight wasn't a great night for Kevin, but everybody else stepped up, so that was good. 5 points though for Kevin, 1 of 5 from 3, 2 of 9 from the field. The bench mob, not super bench mobby tonight, but we did get some good production from Onyeka Okongwu and Bogi Bogdanovic. 8 points for Dolo, 4 of 5 from the field, 6 rebounds as well. And Bogi Bogdanovic, 18 points, all on 3-pointers. Bogi was on 1 from 3, just like Danilo. 18 points for Bogey, 6 of 9 from 3, 6 of 13 from the field. So Bogey was feeling the 3-point shot tonight. It was water, it was wet. So 18 points for Bogey, only 2 points for DeLon Wright, and that rounds out the bench scoring. Everybody else put up a goose egg. So just 8 points for Double O, 18 for Bogey, and 2 points for DeLon Wright. And that was it for the bench. But starters got it done, so there you go. We shot 46% from the field and 41% from 3. So solid shooting night for the Hawks all around. We did clear the bench at the end. So, you know, Jalen Johnson got 2 minutes, Sharif Cooper got 2 minutes, Kevin Knox got 2 minutes. And those are guys who all put up goose eggs because they ain't really scored. Skylar Mays on that list as well. So Hawks did a good job. They were in a little bit of a battle with the Washington Wizards throughout that third quarter. It was going back and forth. You know, it'll be tied. Wizards might take a lead. We might take a lead, tied up again, and Wizards take a lead. So it was a back and forth affair for the third quarter. And the Wizards got off to a hot start. Like I said, they jumped out in an early lead, but Hawks needed this game, and they found a way to win, and that's the most important thing. We beat a team we're supposed to beat, and they got the job done. So Hawks did what they're supposed to, beat the Wizards. We'll put a bow on that. That brings the Hawks to 42-38. Now, the gosh dang Knicks, can't rely on the Knicks to do anything. Good for nothing freaking Knicks. Goodness. All that hype around them. Then they get a 21-point lead against the Brooklyn Nets, and they can't even help us out a little bit. Y'all that bitter to where y'all throwing a 21-point lead because y'all figured out y'all was going to help us out if y'all beat the Nets for us tonight? Y'all couldn't do that? Y'all that bitter about Trae Young, you know, showing y'all up always in Madison Square Garden? My goodness, man. Good for nothing freaking Knicks. The Brooklyn Nets beat the Knicks tonight 110-98 when they had, like I said, a 21-point freaking lead. Thanks a lot, Nets. I mean, not Nets, Knicks. Thanks a lot, Knicks, for nothing. Jeez, oh, please. Can't rely on a Knick to do nothing. So, with that, the Brooklyn Nets are still in 8th place at 42-38. We're also 42-38, but the Brooklyn Nets have the tiebreaker. So let's go ahead and check out the standings as they currently stand. So let me pull them up here. So right now, Miami Heat in that #1 spot. Boston did win tonight, so they're still only 2 games behind the Miami Heat. Why is this important? The Miami Heat still technically have to, you know, play their guys because Boston is still in the running for that #1 seed. Now, I'm not sure if the only thing that would make that statement false is if Boston does not have the tiebreaker. If Boston doesn't have the tiebreaker, then Miami will be locked into that #1 spot. But I only see a Y for that. So I don't think, so yeah, Boston must have the tiebreaker because if they didn't, then that would change and I would see a star by Miami Heat, which I don't. So I'm thinking Boston has a tiebreaker, which means if the Miami Heat lose out and Boston wins out, so if Miami loses their last 2 games and Boston wins their last 2 games, then Boston will be the #1 overall seed. Why is all this important? It's important because our next opponent is the Miami Heat. And, you know, we were hoping, you know, they could rest players so we go out and get, you know, maybe easy dub. But it looks like they're going to have to play their starters to help hold on to that #1 seed in the East. Because Miami does win on Friday against us, and they would clinch that #1 seed no matter what Boston does. Well, no, they would clinch it with a win and a Boston loss, actually. I stand corrected, say corrected. Anywho, so Miami's #1 right now. Behind them, two games behind them is the Boston Celtics. 2.5 games behind them is the Milwaukee Bucks. 2.5 games behind them also the Philadelphia 76ers. So there's still only a half game difference between 2nd and 4th. Toronto is locked into that 5th spot. I don't think, yeah, it looks like Chicago's gonna be locked into the 6th spot as well. So I think 5th and 6th are locked in. Only shaken up is gonna be between 1st and 4th. So there you go. And in the play-in right now, obviously Cleveland is still 7th. They have not played. They did not play tonight. They play tomorrow. Oh no, they play tomorrow against the 76ers. Let me just confirm that. No, they play. Let me go back to it real quick. So no, they already played the 76ers. I'm tripping. So we all play on Friday. The Cavaliers and the Nets play on Friday. We play the Heat, obviously. And I believe the Charlotte Hornets play on Friday as well. Yes, they play the Bulls. So a lot gonna be, you know, on the line on Friday. It's a huge game, us playing the Miami Heat. They're gonna have stuff to play for. Obviously, we have stuff to play for. But the good news is, if we win out, we will be the 8th seed, period. If we win we win against Miami and we beat Houston, which, you know, Houston we should be able to beat. We beat Miami, we beat Houston, we'll be the 8th seed. So, you know, really, I'm not crossing Houston off the list, but if we beat Miami, we'll probably be the 8th seed because we're probably going to beat Houston. So there you go. So Miami, huge game, big implications because there's a big difference, guys, between even 8th and the 9th seed. If you get to the 8th seed, you can lose a game. And even though that game's on the road, you can lose that game, and then you'll have the home game between the winner of the 9 and 10 game. So let's play out this scenario. Because Brooklyn and Cleveland play each other Friday night, that'll be a big game. If Brooklyn wins, they will be the 7th seed. Then if we beat Miami, we will be the 8th seed. Cleveland then will drop all the way down to the 9th seed if, again, Brooklyn beats them on Friday and we beat Miami. It'll be, because in a 3-way tie, it will be Brooklyn, then us, then Cleveland. If there's a 3-way tie between us, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Brooklyn Nets, the tiebreaker will go as follows: Brooklyn, us, Atlanta, and then Cleveland. So if Brooklyn wins and we win and Cleveland loses, we would all have the same record, and it will again be Brooklyn, Atlanta, then us. So Brooklyn would be 7th, we would be 8th, and the Cleveland Cavaliers would be 9th. So there you go. So if it plays out, Brooklyn wins, we would be the 8th seed, and say it stays like that. Say Brooklyn is the 7th seed, we're the 8th seed, Cleveland the 9th seed, Charlotte stays the 10th seed. That wouldn't be terrible. I wouldn't necessarily like to go to Brooklyn for a playing game, but the good news would be if we do draw Brooklyn, the best place to draw Brooklyn is in that 7th, 8th game, because we can lose that game in Brooklyn and then play the winner of the Cleveland-Charlotte game, which I like way better. Now, it looks like Jared Allen and Evan Mobley both will be back probably for that playing game. So, you know, it'll be tougher than it was the other night. But, you know, I'll take our chances with that, especially with the game at home. And then if we play Charlotte, I like our chances against Charlotte at home as well. So let Charlotte and Cleveland battle it out, and we'll play whoever. If, you know, even if we lose against Brooklyn, we might lose against Brooklyn. We beat Brooklyn last time we played them. So there you go. So there's that. If Cleveland wins and we win, then Cleveland would be the 7th seed. We would be the 8th seed. Brooklyn would be the 9th seed because we'd be a game ahead of them at that point. And, you know, Charlotte would probably still be the 10th seed. So that's kind of the situation right now. The main point is we got to win the rest of these games. We win the rest of these games, we are locked into the 8th seed, and we will be in that 7th, 8th game. There is still a shot for us to get the 7th seed. Now, for us to get the 7th seed, it would have to go like this. Cleveland would have to beat Brooklyn, I believe. Cleveland would have to beat Brooklyn. That would put Cleveland at 44-37. We would have to win, obviously. You know, we got to win out if we obviously want to get 7th. We have to beat Miami. That would put us at 43-38. And then Cleveland would have to lose their final game of the season, and their last game of the season is the Milwaukee Bucks, which the Bucks could beat them because the Bucks are still playing for that, you know, they're jousting in between for that, you know, 2nd and 4th seed. They can't get the number 1 seed because 2.5 games back, so I don't think they get the number 1 seed, but they are battling for that 2 seed. So the Bucks will still be playing for something. So if Cleveland wins and then they lose against Milwaukee and we win our last 2 games, we would then, that's the path for us to be the 7th seed. So it depends on if you would rather face Cleveland at home in that 7-8 game, which obviously we want to be the 7th seed because you get 2 home games no matter what. So, you know, that would be a good situation for the Hawks. That's obviously the best case scenario. Playing Cleveland in that 7-8 game at home, even with Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, I'll take my chances against Cleveland. If we become the 8th seed and we're playing Brooklyn, I wouldn't be mad at that either, because, you know, we'll battle it out with Brooklyn. And Brooklyn, we ain't scared of them. We ain't scared of them. You know, we'll take on KD and Kyrie. We ain't worried about that. Y'all almost lost to the Knicks. So, you know, I'll be okay with that too. And then, you know, if we do lose that game against Brooklyn in Brooklyn, if we're the 8th seed, then we take on the winner of Cleveland and Charlotte, and that game will be at home for us. So we at least want to be that 8th seed. There's a very good chance for us to be that 8th seed. We just got to beat Miami and then take care of business, obviously, against Houston. But there's still a chance for us to get that 7th seed. So I will raise the expectations a little bit, because I said I think the Hawks should at least get the 9th seed, which at that point I think, you know, is a very good shot, even if they do lose against Miami. So the 9th seed will be good, but I'm raising the expectations. I want us to have at least that 8th seed. At least win out and you're locked into that 8th seed, and we can't control what anybody else does. So Hawks win out, we're the 8th seed. The Hawks should be the 8th seed, point blank, period. So it'll be great if, you know, Cleveland can beat Brooklyn and then lose to Milwaukee, and then, you know, we win out so we can be the 7th seed. But we'll see what happens. Most importantly though, we got to take care of business against the Miami Heat on Friday. Huge game. Tonight was the last home game of the regular season, so the Miami game and the Houston game will be on the road. So we'll see. Huge, huge, huge game Friday against the Miami Heat. I wish the game was like on national television so I could watch it, but you know how that goes. I'll listen to it on the radio because it's not on TV. The game is not on national television, of course, but I'll be listening on the radio, and you already know I'll be coming back with the reaction. So make sure you guys stay locked into the channel, tune into that. Again, like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you're feeling about the Atlanta Hawks. Where do you think we're gonna end up? Will we finish the 7th seed? Will we finish the 8th seed? Worst case scenario, will we finish the 9 or the 10th seed? Let me know how you're feeling in the comments down below. I actually don't think we can still finish in the 10th seed. No, we got a tiebreaker over the Hornets now. And there's only 2 games left, and we're 2 games ahead of the Hornets. So we can't finish at the 10th seed. We can finish as low as the 9th seed. So there you go. Boom. So 7, 8, or 9, which will it be? Worst case scenario, we lose out and we're 9th. Best case scenario, we win out, get some help, and we're 7th. Or medium case scenario, we win out and we finish 8th. Where do you think the Atlanta Hawks are gonna finish? Let me know in the comments down below. Again, like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel. Big, 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 huge, massive, biggest game of the season yet against Miami on Friday night. It's gonna be lit. And I can't wait to talk to you guys afterwards. So make sure you like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, and check out the link down below to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel, help fuel the Atlanta Hawks to some more wins. And until I talk to you guys Friday, stay true to Atlanta, believe in Atlanta, go Hawks, peace.